I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to Complete Trader Academy's Daily Review. Today is July 12, Wednesday, 2023. So here we have this bullish candle here. We haven't closed yet, but pretty much closed. Price barely retraced. 830 shot the news up. First target was that high that I mentioned yesterday. Then I mentioned this area here, and here we have the open. We have almost the center of it on this 4 hour, and then on the daily, pretty much the center of the daily there. And beautiful. You're waiting for it to break down. This is a 5 minutes, so it's hard to see, but get exhausted here. Look, almost took this area right there shy by a point or two. You did see a break back in and then coming back down to take out all this liquidity. We got the open range gap here. 930 opens right here, so we shoot up first. We have all this empty gap to come back to, and then 830 here pushed it up. Could have been a buyer here. Just obviously super risky and crazy, but at the same time, this happens all the time. Coming right back, you had a new higher high here, higher low in this little structure here, and held. So held as support, shot the way up, but wasn't interested. Decided for me to kick back for 30 minutes, let it take this out, since I know it's going to take it out, and I'd rather be safe and catch this profit and be done. So as you see it here, we kept holding our structure in Asia throughout London here, and yesterday's video, inverse imbalance, came up to it, came down, kind of bought again right there in the center. This purple area is the open. This is that previous gap yesterday. Watch that video so it makes sense. And then sure enough, does buy off of it again, and in that 830 time frame. So pretty kosher. Came back down to 50%. Took this trade out here. If you didn't catch it here, let me show you on the 1 minute real quick. Actually, I think it was a 30-second, but yeah, 30-second. But price last up candle on the 30-second here, shoots down, comes right back up into it. That's an entry. Very small risk. Obviously risky in a sense because it's still going up, but at the same time, if it was a shot worth it, then it would be this area right here. Price shoots down, then plays around. Could be a seller any of these. Obviously you won't feel comfortable with this, but if you waited for it to retrace back into like that candle, and or if you wanted to wait for the break of structure, which was this low, so higher high, higher low, higher high, and then breaks here to the right. This breaks it, retraces right back into the candle. So that imbalance right there, that's a very common sell that you could catch the sell from here as well. This was the safer bet as well. And then your goal is to take it to half of this, or almost 75% of it. I mean, you never know. Could even go all the way through. Very heavy day, obviously we're in the top of this range, right? So we did a good job here. If we're going to be heavy, the market's going to, kind of play around and come down and take all this liquidity next. That's generally speaking, right? You did have another opportunity here. After this, I just want to take the profit though and make sure I'm safe, and I took the money, right? You had another opportunity here, because if this was kind of like forget being a higher low, if this was going to be like a lower low swing of here and then retrace, yes, this is very shallow and ugly, but you see the day they were holding price very tight, very small range, and when they do that, you generally want to wait for them to take some type of liquidity. Be patient. You got to be sitting here waiting. Just, you're not going to miss anything. Let it kind of do something and show you, hey, we're about to do this. So as this lower low and lower high here, This never gets broken. You see how we stay underneath it. Well, we come up here just to take out that liquidity, and then we start shooting down on the 30-second was more clear. And price was whipped down and came back up, kind of like its own rebalancing here, and you're good. If you're gonna take out this low and get into more in here, this would have been the play. Caught that was, you know, nice 1200. I think this was 1200 here. This was 3000 here, and yeah, so we covered what, almost 75% of it, as you see here. Just eyeballing it, but very close, right? Taps it. Now, what are we going to do tomorrow? Well, we still have news Thursday and Friday. So the question is, really the question is do we kind of shoot back up a little bit to get into this area? Maybe tap right here and then sell off. And that's what I'm thinking. Or it's just selling off from here, from literally this leg here. We don't break this high and we sell somewhere in here. So either somewhere in here or somewhere in here. All depends how this ends up looking, but we're expecting it to be heavy to come down here. So I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, these are the lines there, and yeah, and the open of the week is here. So this is Wednesday. This could be a big reversal for the rest of the week. But I don't know. It's a lot of distance there. So. And being involved in here is not like, I'm not excited to do that. This is like taking this, yes, 100%. Being involved in here, not too much. Maybe one more selling because, you know, we only were at 50% and it's liquidity. When we came up, we took liquidity up. We came down, we didn't really take liquidity. We took this, yes, and we did balance most of this, right? You see that? Boom, to the point, even though you can't even see the see how this big imbalance? See the top of that right there? See how it hits that? Other confluence to take it to this level here and be done. But yeah, I think it's gonna stay heavy though. But we might get another pop up real quick first above some of this liquidity, or it might just really hold from here because the way that looks is pretty ugly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And now we have also this imbalance here of what we just created here and here. So, you know, do they pop up a little bit just to get back into this wick of the daily, which would result in, you know, obviously somewhere I just mentioned here? Or are we gonna just, yeah, probably just a little bit and then come down to get back into here, most likely. So we'll see how it goes, but big reaction there with that. So as far as going all the way up, I mean, I doubt that. But all right, this is perfectly good enough. And then obviously dollar fell hard. So dollar fell hard while we were going up, and they ended up taking out these lows. So dollar is definitely bearish. But we did take this out, so we might reach down and then kind of come back up here this way, which will help us get pushed down. All right, hope this helps. Take care. God bless.